welcome. It has been a couple of months since I posted an episode. I know it's only once a month, but I mean, that's what I do. That's what I do. So I apologize if you are one of my 10 listeners, and thank you, those of you who listen. so I did want to give just some updates, some general here it is kind of things, because I have some big announcements. I have Terran the World, the third book in the Rashawn trilogy, the first trilogy of the Rashawn series. Name and series have the same name. Just go with that. But it's Terran the World is coming. It's right after the Queen Witch, and well, it happens a couple years after the Queen Witch, and I'm really, really excited with how it's coming out. As I think I've mentioned before, this particular story, the final book in the trilogy, focuses more on Aram and Yoselin and a personal journey for them and their relationship. And also, of course, we do, give struggles to the other characters as well. Things happen. We have to do that. Otherwise, what's the point, right? we need some crazy. And yeah, it's I'm in my final stages of editing. I'm enjoying writing everything about it, and yeah, I'm just really, really pleased with how it's coming out. I'm really pleased and excited to share it with you all, and looking forward to getting the page layout done much more quickly than I have in the past. I've got some new tools. I'm going to enjoy using them. So after Terran the World, then my next books that will be coming out, I have already started writing the second trilogy in the Rashawn series, which I am calling the Rashawn Histories trilogy, which I think is so cool. Those of you who listen to every episode of my podcast have heard me mention before that my degree is in history and ancient cultures. So even though it is make-believe history that I created, I'm really excited to write about that subject. And it's even better because it's make-believe history that I'm creating. So the first book in the Histories trilogy, I was going to push myself for 2025, but I just I had to have a little honesty talk with myself. And I yeah, I'm not going to give you my best work that way. So 2026, spring of 2026, it will not be at the end of the year, it will be at the beginning of the year. But I've got a solid trilogy out for you all. I've got another series, the Lost Beacon Chronicles. You've got Spare the Swallow, which is book 0 or the origin story, and Ignited, which is book 1 in the Lost Beacon Chronicles. And I'm really excited about those too. I will be continuing that series for those of you reading that after I finish the Histories trilogy, because I'm really stoked to write that. But Histories, the first one is going to be called The Key, and it's it's also based on a D&D game. In fact, all 3 of the Histories trilogy books are going to be based on D&D games that I played with my best friend. And the characters, the main character, who, by the way, appears in Terran the World as a very, very old woman. But in this, so you got a little, I throw Easter eggs everywhere because it's fun for me. So yeah, Kristen Quailvan, you will see her. She is an elven woman. She is a seer in Terran the World, but she wasn't always so mystical and intuitive. She is, we go back in time and we talk about the story that happened to her in her youth and how she fell in love. And because, romanticy. And just, I'm loving writing it so far. I really am. So I've only gotten into the first chapter, but the entire thing is outlined, and the second book in the trilogy is going to be the Histories trilogies are going to be 3 completely unrelated stories, so you can read them each individually and not in any particular order. Though I will be numbering the spines because that's what I do. And yeah, so look for that in 2026. The Key is coming. There's a unicorn. gypsy dancing, war. Um, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff. I'm not doing the best at selling it right now. I'm very bad at pitching, and I'm tired, and I just got a little lightheaded. Ah, yay, vertigo. I have an inner ear thing, so you can strike at any moment. Anyway, also, so we've got that coming, and Ambition and Justice will be the second book in the Histories trilogy coming in 2027. That one I'm really excited about. That's a lot about mercenaries and kidnapping royalty, and probably going to throw in a dragon. And then the third book in the Histories trilogy is called Starflower's Way, and you will be introduced to another race or another culture of elves. So on the world of Rashan, you have three major humanoid races. You have the elves, the humans, and the demons. And the demons are not evil, they're just another race. On Rashan, though, there are a lot of prejudices against them for the obvious reasons that you might think of. And there are several different elven cultures, which I have mapped out. And actually, I should do a whole podcast. Okay, there we go. Next podcast episode, I'm going to talk about the different elvish races of Rashan. Ah, so exciting! But Starflower is of the, I forgot how to pronounce, Droas? We're gonna look at that. I wrote it down, and I need to go look at it, and I'm not gonna get up and get the book. Woefully underprepared for this podcast, but hopefully you will all forgive me because I'm really sleepy and I need to go do more work after this. So that's that. I'm excited. Terra in the World is coming in October. You can feast your bookish eyes upon it and consume it along with the other books in the Rashan series first trilogy if you haven't already read To Save a World and The Queen Witch. So, there's that. And I also want to talk about my remaining events. Pardon me, I know I just burped. I'm sorry. Those of you watching the live saw me do that. Those of you listening, I just told you what happened for that pause. So today I went to the Johns Creek Literary Book Fair, and it was really fun. I ran into my friend Marshall, who's a great author himself. I forget that he and his wife live here in the Atlanta area as well. Really great people. Enjoyed chatting and catching up with them, meeting a few other authors, bought a couple of books. I didn't mean to buy books, but it's what happens when I'm just a hoarder, but of books, so I'm a dragon. I live in a different kind of forest. And it was really nice to go, and I enjoyed that. My next in-person event, I'm going to be an attendee. I'm attending, I'm not a guest. I will be a guest at Multiverse next year, and I will be leading a panel on book design. But this year, I get to just be fancy free and flit around on my own schedule, and I will be there October 19th at Multiverse, which is taking place at the Hilton in Peachtree City this time. It used to be at a hotel in Atlanta, but they have moved location. So if you've been to Multiverse in the past and you didn't realize, they're in Peachtree City now, just south of Atlanta. And it's a really beautiful hotel, and I'm very much looking forward to going and seeing my friends and hanging out with all my author buddies and running around giggling and, possibly switching some things around for the fun of it, like mischievous fairies that we are. Because that's what writers do. We're very silly people. Creative people are often quite silly. That's part of our charm. It's not annoying, it's charming. We're endearing, damn it. And after that, so I've already recorded this. It's a pre-recorded panel on world building, and I think it's called A Brave New World Building with the Bookfest, the Bookfest Adventure Fall 2024. This is a free online event, so it's a virtual event. It is completely free. Just go to the Bookfest website, and if you go to my Instagram, you will find it, and I'll link it below. I'll put the Bookfest website down here, but they have their YouTube channel, and you just log on, and it's October 26th and 27th is the virtual fair. I will be there October 27th. My world building panel that I'm on with several other very talented authors is October 27th at 12:30 Pacific time. So that is California time. Those of you here, the PST, Pacific Coast time, Pacific time zone. So if you're on the East Coast, it'll be 3:30. But I will be online live. So all of their times are Pacific because they're based in California. And yeah, so my world building panel, and I'm going to be online to answer questions. So the panel is pre-recorded, but I will be live with you and able to just, if you have a question for me, I'll be happy to answer it. And I'm honestly curious to see what questions pop up, and I kind of want to remember what we talked about. I know we all had a great time and made some fun comments, but it kind of, things like that. You were like, what did we say? Were we brilliant or were we stupid? I don't know. Let's find out. So we're going to do that. After that, November 15th through 17th, I believe, is Conjuration in Duluth, Georgia. And I applied to be a guest. They haven't announced who the guests are yet. I know it seems very close, but it's a smaller con, so that's fine. And I'm waiting to hear, and hopefully I will be on a couple of panels that I suggested. I suggested, I think, 3 different types of panels, and I should be there with Alara Dunn, who is, as you know, I do a lot of events with her, and that's been really great. She's a fellow author. She writes YA fantasy magical realism, and it's really, really exciting and fun. So I will definitely be at Conjuration regardless, because it's like 15 minutes away from my house. So even if I don't make it as a guest, which I hope I do, I believe I will. I'm going to be a guest. Huzzah! But I'm going to do that. I am a Gemini. I say we a lot. It's one of our traits. That's what we do. So we are going to be at Conjuration. If I'm a guest, I'll be there the entire con. If I'm just an attendee, I'll probably be there just 1 or 2 days. But after that, I am a guest at the East Tennessee Occult Expo in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, November 23rd and 24th, which I'm really excited about. I don't know what my panels are going to be yet. I will only be on panels on the 23rd. I do have to, drive back and forth, so I'll probably be there in the morning of the 24th a little bit, and then I'm gonna hightail it home before the con is officially over. But I will be on panels the 23rd of November. I'll let you know what those panels are as soon as I do. I don't know yet. But I'm really excited to be a guest and excited to go to Gatlinburg because it's a beautiful place. If you've never been, Gatlinburg, Tennessee is super pretty. It's in the mountains. It's gorgeous. I think they film a lot of Hallmark movies there, actually. So there's that. Come find me if obviously BookFest, that's the easiest and the freest. It is absolutely 100% free. So you can log on October 27th at 12:30 PST. My world building panel, you can chat with me online. I'll be right there. Other events, they're all pretty much just Georgia and Tennessee because I need bigger travel budgets, but I am also applying for events already in 2025, so I'm really stoked about that. I've applied to be at DragonCon, JordanCon again in April, Congregate, which is in July in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and LostCon, which is in Los Angeles. That will be the end of November in 2025, and I'm already a guest on that one. I'm already in. Yay, LostCon, thank you. Then those of you going, wait a minute, I thought you said you were in Georgia. I am, but I do have friends in LA, so I, hop over there every once in a while, and I figured, hey, I can do that con and see my buddies. Yee! So that's what I did. And, or that's what I will be doing in next year. Yeah, I'm applying for a lot. I'm going to apply for all the events and expos, and I definitely will apply for the Georgia Indie Book Fair again. That was in September. Great event. Love that event. Thank you so much to them. Really fantastic. My favorite event of this year so far. Well, no, actually, Jordan Con was really great. Everyone gets a tie. So, yeah, those are my events that I will be doing for the rest of the year. So far, I haven't done anything in December, and honestly, I don't know if I plan to. I might try to get in on a couple of book fairs, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty chill. Having doing so much in October and November is going to leave this autoimmune, chronically fatigued lady very tired. So I think I'll probably give myself a little break because January I'll be starting back up with a couple of events. I have some local book clubs that have asked me to stop in. They're going to read my books, and hey, if you are a book club and you want to read my books, I number one, yes please and thank you. I put book club questions in the backs of all my books, so you have 10 questions when you finish a book that like you don't even have to worry. I help. I'm helping. I'm helping. So read my books, and even if you're not local, if you want to have me join book club via Zoom or other means of video chat, just like send me. I will be happy to chat books with you. If you've read my book, you want the author to attend, hit me up. I honestly, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll if you're not local enough for me to physically be there, I'll zoom in. I'll Zoom, or I have Skype that I haven't used in forever, but I still have a free account on Skype. Obviously, there's Google Chat, whatever. If you want me to do that, PSA, happy to. I'm quite friendly. I'm extroverted. Clearly, if you listen to this podcast, you can tell I'm one of the rare extrovert authors, I guess. And yeah, and who doesn't love talking about books? Plus, I'm not as worried about spoilers because you would have already read the book. So yes, that one would be exciting. Oh, and I am going to be recording a podcast. This is with Trisha Copeland, who is one of the authors I did the world building panel with for BookFest. She's so lovely. She has an amazing podcast called Finding the Magic, where she talks to all types of authors about just their books and their author journey, and how you find the magic within all of that, which is so exciting and so fun. And so I am on her podcast. She and I emailed each other after we did the panel together, enjoyed each other's company a lot, and that's it. Boom. So so I will do that. We're recording in a little over a week, and she said it takes her about a month to get things in. So it should be in early November. Go follow Finding the Magic with Trisha Copeland on Spotify and wherever else there you get your podcasts, and look for my episode coming in November. And I think that's it. I think that's it. This is a short one. This is a very short one because I am tired. So next episode, as I decided in the moment, I'm going to be talking about the different elvish cultures of Rashan and what the inspirations are behind them, and the influences, and just why I decided to do all of that. Spoiler alert, it's very D&D based, very personal D&D based, as in the characters that I have created and what fits them. It's like, oh well, this character was like this, so I guess they come from this culture. I'm just kind of base that, then I get my way, because I am the maestro of this world. Ha ha ha, puppet master. So that's the beauty of fantasy writing. So delightful. So yeah, look for that coming next month. I'm gonna You know what? Let's say October 27th. Let's do that. I will give myself that. And that way I can give you a little like, wee, Bookfest was fun update. And the evening of October 27th, which is a Sunday, meets my goals. I can talk a little bit about Bookfest, and I can talk a little bit about multiverse, and then I can dive into the different cultures or the different elvish cultures of Rashan. Uh, but that's that's gonna be it. I think that's it. So thank you so much for those of you who listen. I genuinely appreciate you. And also, you know, if drop in the comments if you have an event, particularly if it's in the southeast of the United States, or if it's a virtual event. I'm all over that. That can be worldwide as long as the language is English, because I am only fluent in English. I speak some smatterings and proficiencies in other languages, but not confident as a guest or panelist in anything but English. And I have been a guest at Lagos Con in the past. So, and that's in Lagos, Nigeria. Amazing con. One of the bigger cons in Africa, actually. They're lovely, lovely people. They were so great to work with. Really enjoyed them. Cosplay is amazing if you're a cosplayer. So, look up Lagos Con if you are interested in that. It's like the Dragon Con of Africa. So thank you again. Put in the comments if you have an event a bookish event that you would like to see me apply for. I would very much enjoy doing that.